Hello again, and welcome to T-Box Media coverage of the Auckland series finale, Match Play. We have Mark versus Josef for first and second, and we have Bruce versus Henry for third and fourth. Here at the beautiful Rakha Retreat Center, Simon Feasey's property. And we are starting on hole 8, par 5, 215 meters. Not the longest par 5. A bit of a low ceiling here up the tee. Driveway is OB. You want to keep your first shot nice and low, maybe just trying to make it 80, 90 meters. Mid-range is a good option just to keep it nice and straight. You can try to go up the driveway with a big drive, but you're bringing that OB into play. Not a super difficult par 5. If you can just throw a couple 80-meter straight shots, you should be looking at a birdie. Joe's got plenty of power here. So let's see what he's going to go with. Ooh, turning something over. It looks like he's going down the driveway. Does it come back? Oh, no, and he is out of bounds. Which is probably a good thing. Mark is just going to go, looks like he's going Kotuku here, which is a very smart play. Just trying to keep it nice and straight. Maybe he goes a bit high, doesn't give it enough turn, and he is going to find himself left. But he is not OB. He's just going to be a bit pinched over there in the rough on the left. Let's see what Henry's going to go with here. I'm thinking something fairway-ish down the middle, keeping it safe. Looks to have a little bit of a slip there. Didn't quite get all the way over on it, and he finds himself on that left-hand side as well. A bit further down than Mark, but Bruce as well, trying to go down the middle, turn something nice, stay away from the road, and it kicks back. Nice. So he did not go OB either. Joe not getting too far forward since his disc went OB. He goes with a big spike hyzer down the road again, but making sure it gets left, and this time it goes too far left, and he finds himself OB on the left-hand side. You don't see that too often on this hole. Mark in a really tough position, just pitching out, trying not to get on the road, and he finds himself safe just in front of Bruce there for his second. But Joe is going to be, Henry just pitching out, doesn't have anything, it looks like. Joe's going to be shooting 5 though from there, so Mark can kind of just whittle his way up the fairway and try to take one on Joe here. Henry with his third shot. Beautiful. Straight down the middle, just to the bottom of that hill. Bruce on his second. Ooh, looks like he came out of the hand a bit early there, and he finds himself on the left side rough. Mark going with that two-way that he loves so much. Just going to probably try to make it to the bottom of the hill. I can't imagine he's going to try too much more. Keeping it right. Oh, but it cut rolls a bit, and he's back in the left rough as well. These boys are having a bit of trouble here on this hole. I would say it's probably one of the easier holes at Rakha to score on. Bruce going a bit high, clipping some trees, falling short. Joe from his second OB just pitching to the hill. That's going to be his 5th. Henry, I believe, this is going to be his 4th, maybe? Can't even keep track. These boys have been all over the place on this hole. Not quite sure what that was for Henry. Bruce, oh, clipping those trees on the right-hand side. Didn't see where that one landed. Mark with a spike hyzer, trying to get it up on that hill. Oh, beautiful shot by Mark. Just outside the circle. He would have been blind. He wouldn't have been able to see that. Joe looks like he was maybe trying to run that since he went OB a few times, so he went a bit long. Mark's looking like he's got a inside circle putt. And Bruce, maybe this is for his par, possibly. Just runs it a little bit long, but in circle one. Let's see what Henry's going to be looking at here. think Joe just picked up, yeah, and gave it to Mark. And Bruce picked up, looks like, and gave it to Henry. So, we're coming into hole 9, Trailers Graveyard, par 3, 93-meter island hole. You can see the trailers there on the edge of the island and all the flags. This is the start of what we call the Fruit Loop. And take a good look at this, because I think this is the last time you're probably going to see these holes played on coverage, because they're losing the ability to use this property for some disc golf holes. Play here is kind of just either spike hyzer, like Henry's throwing, and trying to spike it in there. Looks to be a little bit wide, not getting back quick enough, and Henry misses the island. Or you go mid-range, just kind of straight at it. Bruce looks like he was going mid-range, but doesn't quite go flat enough, and his hyzer's out on the left-hand side, and he misses the island. So both Henry and Bruce are both OB. Mark going Kotuku, a bit straighter. This is looking to be good. Does it make the island? Yes. Nice. So Mark is safe on the island. Joe looks to be aiming high and spike hyzery. Looks like it's got some good height. And coming right back, and he is on the island as well. Showing you why Mark and Joe are on the match for first. And subscribe button, please like and subscribe for T-Box Media. They're getting real close to 1,000 subscribers, and they would love to get that mark. So please help us out. And yeah, tell your friends. Watch some amazing New Zealand disc golf coverage. Henry from the DZ. Oh, good bid. Nice and high. Just a bit right. Trying to get another one on Bruce. Let's see if Bruce can hit a drop zone putt and take one back on Henry. Kicking the DZ. Oh, almost. Both very nice bids. Both going to be parked, so they're just going to have that hole. Mark looking at a birdie putt with that purple putter. I'm guessing a Dakiv. Oh, just low. Joe could take one here on Mark if he hits this, and he does, squaring it back up to even. And Henry still one up on Bruce. On to the next hole. Hole number 10, par 3, 123 meters. You can play it down the path here, which not a lot of people would do. Looks like a tree's down up there. I haven't seen that. Looks like a big one that fell down. Most of these guys are going to probably throw something high out to the right over the trees and try to spike it down. Especially someone like Joe. He's got a lot of power. Can't imagine any of these guys going straight down the middle. It's a pretty tough. If you go left, you're going to be pretty trapped. And these trees aren't too far. They're probably like 85, 90 away. So, yep, Joe going right over the top of those. Trying to spike it down. A little bit left. Maybe outside C1 or just on the edge. Nice drive. Give himself a putt. Mark going with that trusty purple Kahoo. He likes that purple. Giving this a nice flex over to the right. Beautiful by Mark. How far does he get up there? We don't know. To be continued. Henry. See what he's got. Looks like he's got a Kahoo. Nice flippy one. Flips it up to flat beautifully. Coming in. He's just a bit short, but we'll have an open putt, maybe from circle 2. And Bruce. Same thing, high, flat, spiking around by that fallen tree. So he's probably circle 2 as well, maybe even a bit outside circle 2. The putt off between Henry and Bruce continues. Can Bruce make this and get one back? Ooh, good height. Just a bit right. Can Henry go 2 up with this putt? Battle of Team WIN-O. Ooh. Not quite. Looks like they're both going to probably have par putts and another hole halved. Mark needs this. Going with the orange. Tui. Not quite, but out to the right. And Joe, just a bit low. So nobody connects on their putt. Looks like we're probably going to have a par party here, which means the hole is going to be halved by both groups unless something crazy happens. Bruce taps it in, and was thinking about picking up Henry's, but it was like, nah, let's make Henry putt this out. Who knows what could happen? Maybe he'll get a spit out. No. And the hole's halved. And the dog wanted to grab something. Not one of the discs, preferably. Tap, tap, and another halved hole. So we stay all square between Joe and Mark, our leaders. Hole number 11, par 3, 115 meters. Same kind of deal. You could try to go up straight into this fairway, but I think most of these guys are going to throw something high out to the right and try to spike it into this little, it's kind of a nice little protected green from these smaller shrubby trees. We got Henry up first. High and to the right. Spiking it in. Doesn't have enough distance. A little bit off to the left of the gap before you get into the green area. What we got from Bruce here. Similar looking line. Nice and high. Swinging around. It looks to be at the mouth of that gap as well. They'll both maybe have a bit of an obstructed putt. Joe sending his out right. A lot of power from Joe. Almost goes past the basket, down a little bit on the left. We'll see how obstructed that putt is. He's not too far away from the basket, but he could be in some of those trees. Mark probably looking for a similar shot as that last hole. Flex something out with this purple Kahoo. See if he can keep it nice and... Kahoo's got some good glide on him. Doesn't quite come back enough. Not sure how obstructed he's going to be. You can have a great shot and just be behind one of these trees and have nothing. Ooh, Bruce giving it a run, bit short. Tough run. Henry on a bit of a straddle out here. Gonna try to take another one on Bruce. Not quite sure how close he is to this tree. Bit hyzery. Oh, and just low. Good bid by Henry. Nice little stretch out. The signature Takapoo forehand putter shot from Mark. Trying to drop it in. Oh, almost. He was probably blind too. He probably couldn't even see where the basket was. Joe trying to make it through these trees. Oh, and he clips one of the branches and does not get it. Looks like we are going to have another halved hole from everybody. Scores are going to stay the same. Bit of a shame we're going to lose some of these holes, but I'm sure Simon will come up with some even more challenging holes to add to the already difficult Rakha. One of the best holes here on the Fruit Loop, hole number 12, par 3, 129 meters, very, very far downhill. You can barely see the basket. It's kind of tucked all the way back in the corner. There's the river is long. Got a little graphic there to show you where the basket is going to be. You can't really see it. You can see all the devastation from the flooding that happened. There was a lot more trees down there before. Joe flipping up something real nice. Beautiful looking shot. That's coming in right into the fairway. Ooh, probably right at circle's edge. But a nice open putt. And look at it. Mark keeping with that Kahoo. Flexes something out. Looks good, but oh, almost a bit too far, and he finds the river. Oh no. Quick, get down there and get that disc before it gets washed away. Mark was loving that thing. Hopefully he found that. Or he got it back. Henry trying to flip something to flat, not quite. Stays on hyzer. He's going to be left, which used to be a lot more stuff there, but it looks to be pretty cleared out from the flooding that happened. And Bruce does his turn, not quite. Fading into the same area as Henry. So they're going to be looking at about the same putt.
Find that more stable than the
Similar distances. Mark, OB is going to be probably down on the riverbank. Almost went into the OB here by Henry. Pretty sure the driveway will play as OB, but didn't quite make it, so he's safe, and he still has an open run at it. Oh my goodness, hits the top. Giving these some real nice bids from Henry. What do we got here from Bruce? Oh, not quite either. I think those boys are going to end up having that hole. Looks like, did Mark get there's a purple one down there. I'm not sure if that's his putter or if that was the driver that he got back. Hopefully it was his driver. Going with the Tui. Pitch up for, that's going to be his third, so he's going to be tapping in 4. Joe, a little bit low. Doesn't really matter though, because he's going to tap in a par, and Mark is tapping in a bogey, so Joe is going to win that hole and go 1 up on Mark. Tough break there for Mark. It's pretty difficult to go long on that hole. Now we get to signature hole 13, par 4, 142 meters. This is one of the most picturesque holes at Rakha, but you can't really see the basket until you're probably 50 to 60 meters away. So what you want to do here is you want to try to get it over the driveway, which is going to be OB, into this like perfect landing area. You don't want to be too far right, you don't want to be too far left, otherwise you're going to have no chance to get it up to the basket. You almost want to land where the short tee pad is, if you can, a little bit in front of it and into the mouth of the gap for the second part of this hole. It's kind of a 2-part hole, but you got to execute this first shot first. This looks to be a little bit too hyzery. Yeah, and he's going to be off to the left, which is, he's going to have no look into the mouth of that second fairway. And what's Bruce going to do here? Flipping something up. Doesn't look to be too bad. Okay, nice. That's not too bad. Just into the mouth. So that's going to be pretty good. Joe flips something up a bit too much, and he finds himself on the right-hand side, which again, not really going to have any second shot. He's going to kind of have to pitch into the gap. Mark going with that pekka. Something nice and high, trying to get it back. And that's looking ideal. That is pretty much 10 meters in front of the short tee pad, right where you want to be. Who are we looking at over here? Joe? Can't even see him in there. He was so far to the right. Joe just pitching out. There's not much else you can do on this hole. The second part of this hole is very challenging. Very wooded. Henry doing the same thing, just pitching himself into a spot where he can try to make something happen. Joe going really forehand hyzer, doesn't quite get it around. He's probably halfway up the second section of this hole, but in the fairway, which is good. Henry looking to go forehand as well, trying to get it around this corner. It's kind of an S shape. Bends to the right, but then a little bit back to the left. Henry going a little bit too low and straight, and he makes it maybe halfway, not quite up this fairway. Mark's going to try to bend this to the right, flip this Tui, and navigate down the fairway the best he can. This is his second shot. Pretty good, pretty good. He's probably 3/4 of the way up, maybe circle 2-ish, maybe a little bit outside. Bruce going with the forehand. Ooh, hits one of the trees, falls on the left-hand side. Joe is looking at his par here. Forehand, bit high, but making it all the way down. To see one looks like. So he'll be looking at a bogey. Henry, I believe this is his par. Oh, catch cam's got to move. Almost gets nailed. Sails maybe a bit long of the basket. That might have been Bruce's par. This is Mark's birdie look, I believe. And he doesn't need to do anything special here. If he just lays this one up, I believe he's going to be able to take this hole from Joe. Just needs to put it close. And he'll have a tap-in par. And I believe Joe is going for bogey. So I think Mark's going to get one back on Joe and square things up. This is par, I believe, for Bruce. Bit high. And Joe, I believe that was a bogey, yes. So one up on Mark, so they're back to even. If Henry can make this, that would square things up with Bruce. No, Bruce is going to have the tap in. On to hole 14, par 3, 122 meters. Going to go back across this grassy area over a little creek, and the basket is nestled in these flax bushes here. So we'll see if the boys are going to go forehand or backhand on this one. Got to try to split the tree gap. Everything's all square, both groups. Mark looks to be going Kotare, maybe? Almost. Flip, flip, flip. Not quite. Does he hit the tree? Not OB, so he must be safe on the closer side. Let's see what Joe's got here. Flipping something. Oh, to the right. Oh, into the sneaky gap. Makes it all the way through. Oh, and Joe looks to be edge of circle 1. Beautiful shot. Getting sneaky through that right-handed gap. As you can see, you kind of want to hit this straight gap. Bruce, nice and high, doesn't seem to be turning enough. And he finds himself over by hole 6, which is out of bounds. So Henry's going to want to look to put something safe here. And try to get one back on Bruce. Everybody going backhand on this. Henry going nice and high. Does he get it through the gap? He does. Alright, so he's on the other side of the creek. Bruce from OB tries to go through the trees and finds himself OB again. That is not ideal. So his next shot is going to be for 5, so Henry can kind of just pitch up. Mark's going to need to put this real close, and he does. Bruce, I mean, he's got to throw this in. Otherwise, there's no way he's winning this hole, I don't think. Gives it a nice bid. Oh, almost. But Henry just needs to pitch up and take a par here, and should be able to take a hole from Bruce. Just putting it nice and close into the flax. They catch a lot of discs, those flax bushes. Joe for a birdie look. Doesn't even need it and gets it and takes the hole. Joe goes one up on Mark. Great drive from Joe. He's got plenty of power, plenty of skills. Josef Barry's one of our top New Zealand players. He's won a few tournaments these past few months. Most notably Waitawa, a beast of the East, not too long ago. On to Blackwoods, hole 15, par 3, 86 meters. The straight tunnel gap. A little bit of low ceiling. Just got to keep it semi-low, can't go too high. Got to keep it nice and straight. One of the harder shots in disc golf, that pure straight shot. Henry looking to go forehand, standstill. It's an interesting play. Flip something up. Doesn't quite flip it up, but makes the second fairway. Rolls forward a bit. Almost all the way to the end of the trees. He's probably looking at a circle 2, maybe just outside. Bruce going with their traditional backhand, fairway driver straight shot. Yanks it a bit, hits a tree on the right, and bounces to that left fairway. What do we got here from Joe? Maybe a mid-range. Could be a fairway. Right down the middle, peers it, and parked. Beautiful shot by Joe. Starting in the middle, flipping something up. Just holds nice and flat the whole way. Beautiful shot. A little clump of dirt stops it right there by the basket. Mark's going to need to peer this one. Get up there. Pekka Pekka. Does she have enough turn? Not quite. Catches that tree there on the left and bounces to the right. Mark's going to have a tough putt. Bruce coming up here. Hits another tree. Not quite all the way to the end. Henry's looking at a birdie. He can take another one on Bruce. No, but he should be getting a par. Put the pressure on Bruce to make his par putt. Mark's going to need to make this with Joe pretty much parked next to the basket. Otherwise he might lose another one. Ooh, just a bit short. And Bruce needs to make this if he doesn't want Henry to get another one on him. Ooh, just a bit short as well. So it looks like Joe's going to take another one on Mark and go up 2. And Henry, if he makes this, is going to go up 2 on Bruce. So Joe up 2 with 3 to play, and Henry up 2 with 3 to play. On to hole 16. Uphill, par 3, 86 meters. You're going to want to miss these trees on the left. There's a corner you want to turn on the right hand. It's going uphill. The basket's kind of tucked around the corner, up on the slope. So you want to either go something forehand, skippy, up the hill. If you're going to go backhand, maybe even roller. Joe's going forehand. Nice, bit too straight. Straight into the rough there on the left hand side. Mark going high, Pekka Pekka. Gotta miss that tree. Beautiful fall colors. Doesn't quite get through it, just falls right underneath it. Henry's gonna go forehand as well. Kahu trying to flip it up. Doesn't quite. Clips something a bit short there. And Bruce going forehand as well. Flipping it up, a little bit of a skip, doesn't quite make that corner. He might have a little gap on the right hand side of that tree. Henry probably just pitching this one high and around the corner. Just putting it up on the hill. Hopefully it doesn't roll down. Stay. And it does. Get some nasty rollaways on this hole. You can give this one a bit of a bid, seeing as how there's a bit of a backstop. Just got to worry about the rollaway. Oh, good bid from Mark there. Trying to throw that in and get one back on Joe. Looks like Bruce might be lining up that right-handed gap on the other side of this tree. Ooh, a bit low on the basket. Trying to get one back on Henry. but they're probably going to have that hole. Joe with a bit of a pitch out. Makes it to in the circle. Henry putting that one in. Not losing one to Bruce, and they're going to have that hole. Let's see if Joe can make this, or Mark might take one back. Joe, very solid putter. Bangs it home, and hole is halved between those two. Everything stays the same. Joe still up 2, and Henry still up 2. Rakha looking beautiful this time of year. Nice changing of the leaf color. On to another one of the easiest holes. This might even be considered the easiest hole at Rakha. Hole 17, par 3, 86 meters. Downhill, very extremely downhill. Probably plays around like 65-ish, 70. So probably everybody's going to be going putter on this. And you just want to play it nice and straight. You got to go over that little bushy tree there at the bottom. But it should filter right into that area if you get a nice clean drive. Henry going forehand, doesn't quite flip this up, and catches some trees on the right hand side and knocks it down. Bruce also going forehand, staying still. You don't need tons of power on this shot. Same as Henry. Doesn't quite hit the tree, filters down to the right hand side. They'll both have circle 2-ish putts. Joe going forehand as well. Probably a zone. Flexes this one out a bit more. Looking a little bit better. Oh! Flashes the basket. And goes a bit long. And Mark looks like he's going standstill 2-y. Might be a bit low. He's going to catch that bush. Oh! Rolls. Oof. I had a lot of roll action on it. Thing's very understable. She's rolled quite a few times. Henry doesn't necessarily need to make this. He's up 2 on Bruce, so give it a healthy bid. Ooh, nice. But put it by the basket. Even if they have the hole, Henry still stays up 2. It's kind of the match play strategy. Mark definitely needed that to try to get one back from Joe and force him to make a putt. Bruce definitely needs this. Oh, just off the top. Joe doesn't even really need to make this, but he does, just to rub salt in the wound. And Joe ends up taking that one, up 3, only 1 to play. Looks like Joe's going to be our match play champion. Getting 3 holes in a row, I think, is what Joe just got. They were doing a nice little have back and forth there for a bit. Bruce and Henry are going to have the hole. Henry up 2 with just 1 to play, so Henry's going to be the winner on that one, I believe, as well. Looks like they might even be playing hole 18 just for fun. Par 3, 129 meters. Another one of the hardest holes on the course. River on the left-hand side. 2 large patches of bamboo on the left-hand side, and the basket is tucked all the way back, maybe 10-15 meters past this last big bamboo forest, and a very well-protected green. A very difficult birdie to get. You want to make sure you keep your disc on the right-hand side. You do not want to be on the left-hand side of this fairway, because you will be completely blocked from everything. Henry not quite flipping it up, dropping it down, but don't think it goes in the water. It's not the greatest position. Bruce hitting something early on the right. Doesn't even make it to the short tee pad. He's going to want to keep this thing on a right-hand turn. Don't want to go behind the bamboo or into a roller in the river. Oh, ouch. Don't want to do that either. Oh, luckily you can see his disc over there, so I don't think he'll be losing that. Henry looks like he's going to be trying a roller. Nice roller, staying on the right hand side. Beautiful. Would have been probably money if that thing just flipped over a bit. Bruce trying to roller as well, but his cuts in to the left before that second. Oh, and must have rolled down into the river. That second big bushel of bamboo, which is impossible to get through. Henry just looking at a little pitch up here into the basket. Bruce is going OB twice. We probably should just concede the hole, but they're going to finish it out. It's a great hole, hole 18. Very difficult. Looks like Henry's going to win that one. So we have Joseph Berry as your match play winner. Mark taking second. Henry Pearson with third. And Bruce coming in at fourth. Thank you guys for watching T-Box Media coverage of match play at Bella Rakha. Please, again, like and subscribe to T-Box Media. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. All the subscribers helps us do that and to bring you some more amazing New Zealand content. Until next time, we will see you there.